Do I have a fast car? Well, no, I drive a Zafira. But it does have the Flex 7 seating system and 710 litres of boot space. Practical for family living. Ladies. Hi guys, it's Paul from Crowborough Guitar Tuition, and this week we are looking at Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. So we're going to be doing a bit of finger picking and a little bit of strumming. Now, if you want to play this song, first of all you're going to need a capo if you want to play it at least against the recording. So you need to be at capo 2 if you want to do that. You can still learn it. If you don't have a capo, you can just learn it down at standard tuning. But obviously if you try and play it against a record, it won't quite work. The tab I've put a link to doesn't mention the capo, although I think the chord sheet does. And when I talk about fret positions in this video, I'm talking about them relative to the capo. So if I say fret 1, really I mean fret number 3, because it's 1 above the capo, capo 2. But hopefully that'll make sense. Now the song mostly revolves around, I think, 4 chords. We have a C major 7, we have a G, an E minor 7, and a D. And in terms of picking it with our fingers down here, we're going to use our thumb and we're going to use our index and middle fingers. I don't think you need to use any other fingers at all for this. You can pull off the whole thing like that. So first of all, we need to get in that C major 7 position. So we'll, and if you're not familiar with a C major 7, it's like doing a C, but without that first finger. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our thumb for those bass notes down on the A string there. And we're going to use our index and middle fingers for those open strings on the B and G strings. And all we're going to do is we're going to play those 3 notes together, and then we're going to hammer that first finger down onto fret number 1 on the B string. So we've got, okay, and so we hammer on, and then we take it off again and just play those 2 notes together. So we don't play the bass note. So we have, then we move to a G shape, and all we're doing is we're playing the bass note with our thumb again on the 3rd fret, and we're playing the B and G strings with our 1st and 2nd fingers. Now, I don't know what G you play most. I tend to play a G with my 3rd and 4th fingers on the B and E strings. Some people play with just the 3rd finger at the 3rd fret on the E string. For this, you definitely need to go for the 3rd finger down at the 3rd fret on the B string there. So you should have that note, okay? So you'll be able to see on the tab where you need to fret. So we've done, and then we move to our G shape. We play the same shape again. So we go, okay, that's simple enough. And then we move all the way up to the 8th and 7th fret. So the 7th fret, we're going to use our 2nd finger at the 7th fret on the A string. We're going to use our 3rd finger at the 8th fret on the B string. And we've also got that open G going on beneath that 8th fret on the B string. So we should have these 3 notes. I'm going to play them with the 2nd and 3rd fingers because in a second we're going to move to a D shape, a D chord, and we're going to want to use our 1st and 3rd fingers for that. So actually we're setting ourselves up in the right place. And so all we do is we go, play the 3 together, and then we hit that bass note again, and then we move down. So our 1st finger is at the 5th fret on the A string, and our 3rd finger is at the 7th fret on the B string. Play those 2 together. Okay, so we're just playing those notes we've got up there with our 1st and 2nd fingers. And basically that progression runs all the way through the song with just a few variations, or you can make up your own little variations. So I tend to change between what we've just done, and so I would hit these notes, and then sometimes rather than hitting the bass note again, I might hit that top note. So here's the two next to each other. So it's just a little subtle difference, but it's a bit of variety. So that's how the song goes, and then on a couple of occasions we get that extra part where we've come up to the 7th and 8th frets here. So to do that, when we go for that E-7 shape, we've got our 2nd and 3rd fingers at the 7th and 8th frets like we've just seen, and we're going to play those, and then we're going to use our 4th finger to reach up to the 10th fret, and we're going to play that with our middle finger. So we go from the 8th fret up to 10 and back off again, and then we slide down to that D, and we use that 4th finger again, so we just put it down on the 8th fret and then off again back to the 7th, so we have. So putting that all together slowly. The only other part of the song is the chorus, where we move from fingerstyle into some chords, and in terms of strumming that, there isn't a particularly distinctive strumming pattern to it. There's nothing that will really stand out, so I would just go for something that you feel comfortable playing and that fits with the song. Now in terms of what we're playing in the chorus, we've got a bar of C, a bar of G, a bar of E-7. So worth saying that that E-7 has that 4th finger down on the high E string as well, at the 3rd fret. So you can hear the difference between that and a normal E-7. Here's the normal E-7. Here's the one for this song. You can hear that note in there. So we get a bar of that and a bar of D. And then we've got a bar which has a C and an E-7 in. Then a bar of D. Then we've got another 2 bars doing exactly the same thing, C to E-7, D. And then a final bar with a C and a D in. Then back into the fingerstyle bit. In terms of the timing of the changes between those chords, for example, let's say the C to E-7, the change to the E-7 comes on 2 and. So you've got 1, 2 and. So there's a bit of a kind of offbeat feel to it. But if you put all those bits together, you have a practice that fingerstyle, throw in those chords, then you've got the whole song. It's a really nice one to play. People love it. People love to hear it, and they'll be impressed that you can play it. So have fun with it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Hi guys, thanks for watching. For more guitar tips and video lessons, click on the subscribe button down below, and let me know in the comments what songs or video lessons you'd like to see. If you want to keep up with some of our news, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, or you can always check out our website, crowboroughguitartuition.com.